pleasure to meet all of you. And Mr. Sharp, thank you very much for your service. And it's been a great honor working under your leadership as a TUSA back in 2011 and working as a KDVA member towards our mission to further enhance our alliance. My question to you is, other than this internship program, what can we do more to get younger generations, like people in their 20s and 30s, to get more involved in our mission?
So great question, and we at KDVA are working hard to be able to do that. I think the way that we're pushing to be able to do it, and I would recommend, is it all starts with education. And what I mean by that is, you know, people in their 20s and 30s, as you say, most of them that I talk to care much more about things than just themselves. They want to get involved in important missions. They want to get involved to be able to help give back in many, many different ways. And I think one of the ways to spur them on to get involved and how to help strengthen in this important alliance and to honor those who have served is education. Why is this alliance important? How is it involved? What is it doing today? What has it done in the past? And then understanding that education from an educational perspective, then to be able to point them to organizations like ours and others that are trying to do things to help to continue to strengthen the alliance. You know, I think we learned a lot in this COVID period about how we can connect people from around the world and truly do work together on missions and projects and education types of things. And, you know, things like this in Zoom, they're very easy to get on, and can be very focused on a specific topic or something like that. And so I think those are the ways. But again, I go back to, it starts with education, because I'll just speak from the American perspective, the US perspective. Their understanding of Korea, their understanding of the alliance, and the importance of Korea and the alliance is far below what it needs to be, because Korea and this alliance is so important to the United States.
Thank you so much, General Sharp, for your part in this internship program. I wanted to ask how you fell into this line of work and what keeps you motivated to keep pursuing this kind of work.
Yeah, so as I think was pointed out in my bio, I graduated from West Point in 1974 and really didn't have a plan one way or another of staying in for 37 years like I did, but every assignment that I got was exciting to me, and I was able to, I think, contribute in those assignments, and it allowed me and my wife to travel around the world to many different countries and see many different cultures and people that are all trying to do the same work, basically, is to defend their country and to be able to further the goal of freedom and democracy and human rights. So I stayed in for 37 years, and I was fortunate during that period to have 2 assignments in Korea, one 96 to 98, and then from 2008 to 2011. And I immediately fell in love with the way Korean people care, the way they really remember what US troops did for them, and working side by side with them during the Korean War. And so it really, you know, like I said, I served in many countries around the world, so many different great militaries around the world, but there's no place that honors and helps and serves with US forces as well as Korea. And there's no place around the world where we're more combined in nature, working truly side by side as Combined Forces Command and Combined Divisions. There's just no other place like that. So it was very easy and natural for me to, when it was time for me to retire in 2011, to say, hey, I want to continue to do what I can to help support this important alliance, help to support the soldiers who are serving there. And I started off by doing certain things like being a member of the Korea Society, which is a nonprofit organization up in New York City. And then, I don't know, around 2015 or so, somewhere there, 16, we came up with the idea, and it really started coming from the former defense attaché, General Shin, came and said, hey, we got Korean War Veterans Association who does great work to honor and remember those who fought in the Korean War, but there's been so many defense veterans that have served in Korea since then. We need to put an organization together to be able to help honor and remember them, and to help continue to educate people to strengthen the alliance. So KDVA was born out of that idea, and we are where we are today, making great progress, I think, in both of those. So it's a long answer to your question, but the bottom line is the importance of the Korea-U.S. alliance is very high for me, and the love for Korea and this alliance is very, very important to me.